Hi guys, it's Wombat and welcome to Grand Utopia version 1.7. Normally I would do a video review of a new version of a map, but to be honest, this map isn't that new anymore. It came out more than a month ago, and for being such a well-known map mod, that's me acting kinda late. So instead of doing a map review, I'm gonna focus on a village, La Josephine, this one here. And I'm also gonna focus on the island where you find this village. The island is called Chateau. And most importantly, I'm gonna focus on the road that goes from La Josephine and onto the mainland, because it is absolutely spectacular. The village is absolutely beautiful. I had a ton of fun hauling out of here, so that is what we're going to focus on. But I'm also going to spend a little bit of time showing you something I'm very, very proud of. And for the first time ever on Grand Utopia, I have some mild criticism to give. My goodness, stay tuned for that. Let's get started. Like the Irish painter Paul Henry, My Godness masters islands. For version 1.7, My Godness has painted an island like no other. We are used to his work and we all know what treat we are in for, and yet once again I'm amazed. Sure, it's beautiful, a masterpiece in its own right. It is what we have become known to expect from My Godness. Perfection. And still, I didn't expect this. You see, this island is personal to me, literally. Unlike Paul Henry's work. I'm honored and humbly grateful to have my own beach and house and Volvo car and sailing boat on this map, and especially to have it on this island. If I'd been able to select any location for a private house, this is exactly where I would have put it. Located halfway through the journey from the end of the tarmac road and on the very narrow gravel road to Josephine, I now have a place to call home. I kinda wish I lived here, IRL. If I knew the internet connection was great, of course, I'd definitely move in. But for this video I won't spend a ton of time there, because I know most of you probably don't care much, if at all, about a yellow Swedish house on the beach and a creepy looking wombat pointing at something. And more importantly, I'm going to continue out of Josephine and show you something I know will catch your attention. It's the road that we are going to haul on today. Obviously, I have to do this in the range T, because only French trucks will do, and I'm not going to be as much of a moron as I otherwise quite often is. I'm going to haul a rather modest equerry trailer the entire way from Josephine and onto the mainland. And by the way, I'm going to challenge F1 and Bengen J and everyone else who want to try it out to do this trip using a double trailer or triple trailer perhaps, or better if possible. If you have been living under a rock since version 1.31, you might not have heard of Grand Utopia, so I'll bring you up to speed. It's a 1:1 scale standalone fictional map inspired by France, and an inspiration to all those who creates both fictional but also non-fictional map. If there's one thing you should know about the Grand Utopia map, it is that you have to try it out yourself. Why? Because it is the best looking map mod of any category, and even SCS could learn a thing or two from My Godness. If you're familiar with pro mods, think Iceland and Kirkenes Quarry Road, and you know what this map is all about. Stunning views. Its creator claims to have discovered the ETS2 editor a few months before presenting his first version for 1.31, and so far he has spent more than 1,000 hours on this map. If that sounds like a lot, consider that this is a 1:1 scale map and that this is a quality over quantity map. And despite that, the map has grown to be quite big. I'm gonna show it to you in a little bit. It seems like Mr. My Godness can't do anything wrong. I love this map for all its slow and beautiful narrow roads. I'm no highway hauler, unless I have to be, and on this map it's even easier to remember why. This map makes me relax. It's a 1:1 scale map, which makes it even easier to relax. There are no quick hauls on any 1:1 scale map. A 100 kilometer haul equals 2,000 kilometers on a regular map, so your quick haul should be 10 to 15 kilometers in length on this map, and even that will take you some 30-40 minutes to complete. So, because of the scale, you need to have time on your hands, and the views you go past on your journey are simply stunning. And it doesn't matter where you go, the map hasn't aged anywhere. At least not yet. And since you probably will select a haul that lasts for at least a couple of hours, you might want to consider adding your favorite truck. Configure it well, because you're probably going to spend a lot of time in it. And add your favorite mods without having to worry about conflicts on different map mods, because standalone maps can't normally be joined. Perfect it to your liking. The traffic, the trucks, the accessories, the trailers, the graphics. Hell, remove the barriers too, because they're probably the ugliest thing you'll find on this map mod anyway. So what do I use on this map? Unfortunately nothing, because this is a sort of review of the map and I want to show you what it looks like out of the box. I don't want to take anything away from My Godness, so what you see here is what you get. But if I was going to add anything, it would probably mainly be mods that doesn't exist anyway. I want traffic from the 50s and 60s, an old Bernard truck and a suiting trailer perhaps, matching sound mods, and maybe a couple of older Volvo and Scania BDFs as well. Oh, and that barrier removal mod, that has to be there. But on this map mod I do not need any graphics mods anyway, to be honest. The map is simply gorgeous as it is. Another thing I find very interesting about the map creator is the business model. This map mod is completely free of charge, and you don't have to be a YouTuber to get a house and a road named after you on this map. Well, maybe you have to get a house or a road named after you, but you can purchase an advert board, name a village or city or your custom warehouse on Grand Utopia, and of course you can donate and get access to the interim updates as well. The interim updates are only available to donors, but the major updates, this is the 7th so far, are available to everyone for free, and even from Google Drive. This new version of Grand Utopia adds a lot of new roads and quite a few cities as well. Here it is in all its glory, and as you can see there are still quite a few roads for me to discover here, despite spending so much time on this beautiful, beautiful map mod. The news for this version though are the cities located, or villages located in the far north corner there, called, well, I'm not going to try to pronounce the names of the cities. La Josephine, I'm going to try that, but the rest, especially these two, I'm not even gonna try. I would probably kill the names anyway. And again, version 1.7 is to me perhaps more interesting than most other versions have been because of this road. And the reason is that I really enjoy this type of roads, which possibly is why I really enjoy South American map mods a lot. And although the landscape surrounding the road doesn't resemble South America, It kind of reminds me of Ireland, a place I've never been to, by the way. We even get to drive through water in some places, and overall, South American map creators, watch and learn. This is how you do it. Moderate, you don't overdo it. Instead, you keep it subtle and simple. It's still a lot of fun and even a pleasure hauling through what I can only assume is salt water. The gravel road is narrow, difficult to haul on, but you're not ending up with a ton of truck and trailer damage by slowly just driving here. Unless you hit any of the larger rocks surrounding the road, of course. So just plan ahead and you'll get awarded with 0% damage without having to gamble or rely on pure luck. Normally, I'd spend some time going through how you set this map up, especially since it's a standalone map, but this is my 4th review of the Grand Utopia map, the highest number of reviews I've done of any map mod, so I'll just link to one of my previous videos for that instead. The procedure hasn't changed since the last time, or the one before that, or the one before that. So if you have any problems creating a profile for Grand Utopia, just click the link in the upper right corner now. Both you and everyone else will find the download link to version 1.7 in the video description, and I strongly recommend that you download it today and give it a go. But before we end this video, I promised you that I would give my Godness some criticism, and to be absolutely 100% honest, this is the first time ever I have found anything to kinda criticize my Godness for. And the thing I want to criticize him for is right in front of you, right now. There, and there, and there, and there. It's the rocks and stones in the middle of the roads, because quite a lot of them are really way too large. Normally you would totally ruin your trucks on boulders like that. Of course, they are set up in a way that allows you to just haul right through them, but under normal circumstances you wouldn't be able to haul over many of these. So I kind of wish they were smaller. That is all of the criticism that I have for my Godness. This is version 1.7. This is the 7th release I try out, and this is the first time ever I have found anything to point at that I really wish he could change. That and possibly a hidden wall I found once, but that's another story. In any case, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe as well. As always, feel free to share this and all of my videos on any of your social media. It helps me grow, so in advance, thank you very, very much for that. Until next time, take care everyone. Bye bye.